Hello YouTube, I'm back at it again. I've got a bar find on a couple of motors today. I'm going to go check them out. I think one's an 80 horse, is a Merc, and the other is a 70 horse Chrysler. So I'm getting them as a bar find, so they're very cheap, and we'll see what happens. He tells me they run. I don't know, we'll find out. But today I'm on the road. It's Saturday, what is this, January 29th? It's 19 degrees and it's freaking cold outside. So anyway, I've got my hoist with me, my cherry picker, so I'm hoping I can get these things loaded up. I think one of them was stuck in the snow. So anyway, stay with me. Maybe I can get some video of the motors where they sit, and not really a bar find, it's more of a sidewalk find or in the woods find. So anyway, come along with the trip and we'll see what we find out. So thanks again for watching. Thanks for the new subscribers, I really appreciate it. And just keep watching, never know what we're gonna find. So see you at the location. If you can see, there's a couple motors laying over there. Those are the two I'm supposed to pick up. So yeah. They don't look too horrible, but being in the dirt, I don't like that. But we'll get them and fix them. So, all right, stay tuned. Okay, I've also got a 20 horse Mercury that I've got to work on. The guy I bought these other two motors from, he wanted me to go through this motor and get it running. He said it has no spark, or partial spark, I can't remember, but he asked me if I'd fix it, so I'm working on that. I'll bring it in a little closer. Again, these were sitting out in the yard, in his yard, and so I've got a mess to clean up after I get all this out of here. But what a mess. Okay, like I said, I finally got these things in the garage. Whew, what a job. I got the 80 horse Merc and the Chrysler 70. I don't even know what years they are yet. But yeah, I found them laying in somebody's yard. And they just basically gave them away. So I spent a little money, but not much. He wants me to work on this little guy, this little 20 horse. It's seen better days, so I've got my work cut out for me on this one to try and get it running. But anyway, these are my next projects that are coming up. I'm still working on this 70 here, and draining the lower unit. I've got I probably have some seals that need to be replaced on the lower unit, and I've got the 50 Fat 50 up on the bench too. I got the lower unit out on that one. Anyway, boy, whew. I'm tired, so I'm going to give it up for today. I'm just taking those off the truck. What a pain! But I do have controls for the Mercury, the 800 model 800. It's 80 horse. I don't have controls for the 70. I do have controls for the Mercury 70 that I've got here, or 75 rather. Sorry, but. Well, if this one doesn't work on the boat, the Maxim, 1991 Maxim, then we can try the 800 once I get that working. So maybe that'll have a little more output, but God, I can't imagine have much. But they're both 4-cylinder engines. I just wanted to give you a kind of a bird's eye view of what I'm going to be working with in the next probably couple of weeks. I got this 70 horse Chrysler. I just want to kind of show you the internals. If I can get it off. There we go. And just kind of want to give you a look. You see, I also have the 80 horse Mercury. This is an 800 series model, but this one looks a little rough. It's been in the ground or laying down in the dirt, but the fella tells me it does run. Just want to kind of give you an idea, maybe give you a little bit of an overview, and so you can look as a before, and then you'll see it as an after I'm done with it, after I cleaned it up and what it looks like. Okay, well, anyway, this might give you an idea kind of what I'm up against. I mean, it doesn't look horrible, but it looks like it's got some new components on it. I'm not quite sure about that, but definitely has some possibilities, I think. So not too horrible. A little cleaning up, a little paint job maybe. See if we can get it running. I've got to probably check the lower unit out to make sure seals are good in it. But just kind of want to give you a broad view of that, or at least a closer look from previous videos. You can see the Mercury in the back there. I'll probably start on that next. That one's actually got some more promise too, so we'll see what happens up and coming. I wanted to also show you that I've got this 20 horse I'm working on. We're going to start today. I'm going to try to figure out why he tells me it doesn't have spark, but I'm going to have to pull the cowling off and try to repair this. The starter, the pull starter is not functioning properly. Might have to clean that up and get that working before I can even check spark. So stay tuned. This is what I'm working on now today, and see if I can't get this done and back to the owner in a working condition. So stay tuned. Seems like my battery is up now. Let's give it a try. Pardon me. We'll try first the top cylinder compression. We'll try both the power pack and the... Alright, that's better. Pardon me. About 115. Okay, let's give it another try on cylinder number 2, or the bottom cylinder, and we'll see where this takes us. You don't want to stay put. Okay, now all right, that's better. Yeah, about 120, maybe 115, almost 120. So they're very close. I would say they're right on the money, both of them. So this thing should run. As long as we have spark, I've got to find out what is going on now with the spark. Now, could it be a bad ground? Could it be something is not wired properly. Very possible. I noticed on this side, if you can take a look here, for some reason the hot lead was wired to the ground to the CDI box, and I'm not sure why they did that. Now, this looks like an aftermarket box, and somebody was here before me, so I don't know, but I can tell you that these wires don't look right to me. If you take a look here, sorry about the camera, folks, but you've got a ground wire that was wired to this wire on the CDI box, and also to this wire, which looks like the hot lead coming from the wiring harness from the switch. And these were all wired together and connected here. That could be correct, but I don't think so. Something looks a little fishy to me. So, because it just does not make sense to me. This looks red, so it looks kind of hot to me, like it's a hot line coming in. To verify that, when I connect it to the hot lead to the battery, I get my light glows on my probe. So looks to me like that is connected to the power. Now, I wonder if I connect these two lines together, if I leave the ground off, if this might give me power to the coils. I don't know. I'm going to try that just to see. Leaving the ground wire off, because that might be killing it. I don't know. It's very, very strange that a hot lead and a ground would be connected. Makes no sense. All right, I'm going to put these plugs back in. And by the way, they put brand new plugs on this thing, and that's usually the first sign that something's wrong. Brand new plugs, they weren't even fired. So people think that, oh, it must be the plugs, but not really. Let's see. Yeah, that looks like a homemade ground wire to me, and I'm not sure why it's even there. Now, let's see if the spark changes with that disconnected. Nope, nothing changed. I'll try both of them. Nope, nothing. Okay, so no spark, didn't matter. I just wanted to double check that because that just didn't seem kosher to me. Had a rusty connection too. This is a plastic bus, so all of this being connected seems to me to be, there wouldn't be a ground here because it's plastic. And this going to this doesn't make any sense to me at all. Okay, well, I'm going to have to look this particular CDI up. I mean, it looks like it's wired to the coils properly. You know, maybe I can do a resistance on the coils to see if they're producing the proper resistance, and see what the resistances are on the CDI box and see if I'm getting the right spec'd out numbers on that. So I'll have to come back. I have to look that up.
Okay, after looking up the resistance on the stator, checking the trigger leads, between the trigger leads, I should be getting anywhere between 800 and 1,000 ohms. So as you can see, after connecting the meter up to the two leads for the stator, it looks like I'm only getting maybe about 741 ohms. It seems a little shy, but I think it's still okay. I think the trigger is actually fine. So I'll move on to the probably to the switch box if I can find the numbers for it. Now, consulting the CDI Electronics website, I did find out that the red and blue wires have to be disconnected from underneath the flywheel. That means I'll have to pull the flywheel off in order to verify the resistances on those wires. It's a job I really don't want to do at this point, but maybe I'll move on to something else until I can determine how I'm going to do that. So I don't believe I have a puller to pull this particular flywheel off, so I'm going to try something different. Okay, I just wanted to verify. What I did is I took disconnected the kill switch wires from the switch box, which is here. It's the orange wire, and this ground is not necessary because the box grounds to the engine block with 2 screws. So I've only got it in there with 1 right now because I had to disconnect that. But I'm gonna leave that hang. These 2 wires are the 2 orange kill switch wires that come from the harness. And when you put in a starter, this was an add-on, you're supposed to take this lead and you're supposed to cap it off and then connect this one to the switch box orange wire like that and connect it to the bus. It had the ground wire connected too. Yeah, all 3 of these wires were connected. No spark. That's it. They had the ground wire. This ground wire was not supposed to be there. So when I take the ground wire off, and I just connect the orange wires like it's intended to be, I get spark. So that's the exact problem, is they connected the stupid ground wire where it does not need to be. So I'll hook this back up. I'll fix these wires because they are damaged. They're corroded, and what I'll do is I'll repair that. And I'll repair this because I think this was grounding too, causing some short as well. So this is the solution, and I'll get it back together, and maybe we can even tank test this. So stay tuned.
Got her in the test tank, little 20 horse. Got the fan on. We're going to crank it, see what we get. Ooh. Alright, we got spark, we got it running. I don't know if she's pumping water, y'all.
Okay, well, stay tuned. More to come. We've got the telltale peeing. We've got good spark. It's idling very nicely. Unfortunately, either the carburetor needs to be cleaned, or the high-speed coil needs to be replaced, since we're bogging down at high speed. Anyway, stay tuned. More to come, and I appreciate you watching. So we'll see what happens.